Well, good morning everybody. How y'all doing today? So that's what the bales look like. There's green in them, by golly. You can see out there. And it is friggin' smoky. This is probably the worst day we've had all year so far. But yeah, that's the bales. Little 30-acre patch, and 30, just over 30 bales, 30 and a quarter bales. Bale an acre is all it did. But they're basically running 1250 to 1300 pounds, so that's good enough. Morning.
I need coffee.
Anyway, I'm going to transfer the tractor from the baler onto the cutting machine, and we're gonna go back to cutting. So we gotta drive way the heck east of town again, friggin' 6-7 miles away, so we'll get more of that stuff cut down that we were on the other day, that oats. So we'll let you go and we'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, so it is Tuesday, August the 3rd. Still morning time, but my God, look at that. She is freaking fog. It's like fog, but it's not fog, it's smoke. And it's hard on the throat, it's hard on everything. I'm a smoker, I admit to that, but this is nasty stuff. So I couldn't imagine what it would be like for them guys out there fighting forest fires and stuff like that. But anyway, what we're doing here, just coming to the other side of the yard, we got to fill up Little Red here with fuel. He's got half a tank, but CP is thinking if she gets a chance, gets her stuff done, she's gonna come out to the other side of town, 6.5-7 miles away, to help with the cutting situation. So I told her, okay, I'll get her machine hooked up to the tractor to Little Red, and that way all she has to do is jump in it and go. So we'll fuel him up. I got the odd raindrop. And you know, the last time we had heavy smoke for like 4 days, we did get rain. Something's spitting on me a little bit. So anyway, so yeah, we're gonna get everything rigged up here for her so she doesn't have to worry too much about it. And then we're gonna take off ourselves and go and try and get some more of that friggin' green feed cut. Okay, I'll let you all go. We'll yammer at you later. Alrighty, well, we're finally out in the field here. Just nicely got started. And guess what? CP changed her mind, decided to leave some of her stuff for another day. There she is. She's right behind me. So that'll help speed things up, having two machines running out here, especially when it takes a friggin' hour to make one full round, and there's so many little corners this way and that way. As we start closing the field up, it's going to become a lot of friggin', if we're going back and forth, we're going to be wasting more time turning on the headlands than we will be actually cutting. So we decided to say screw it, and we're just going to go round and around and around like a big old merry-go-round. So anyway, with that, I'm going to let you guys go, and we're going to try getting some shit cut. So we'll talk to y'all later. Just the cutting, just the going. But some of these areas, you can see it. The friggin' rusty crap out here. Stressed out plant, stressed out leaves, rusty leaves. It's too bad, but just the way it is, right? It's still gonna make good feed. I'm not concerned about that, but it's just as well that we're taking the crop for bales, because if we were taking the crop for to harvest, all this rust and stressed out plant issues would definitely hamper the production of the harvest, how many grains are per plant, so to speak. And we got a corner later. Alrighty, guys. That looks kind of foggy. I don't know if that's any better. But whatever. It is what it is. You'll live with it, just like I will. LOL, right? Anyway, pretty much got the whole darn field cut down here today. Just, I don't know, 85, 90 acres, whatever the hell it is. Except for the very front part here. It's something like 7-ish, 7:30, something like that. I don't know. But CP says she does not want to be going home in the dark, and I know that's going to take us a couple hours. And once I start that front, I know me, I'm not going to want to stop until it's done. So, screw it. I'll come back and do that tomorrow or the day after. That little piece right there. It's not the end of the world, right? So, the opening 5 rounds that I did 2 days ago, basically they've had one good day of drying. Yesterday. And then today it's kind of overcast. It's warm, but it's muggy. Not a real good drying day, but it is drying. But I figure another day like today, possibly 2, and those opening 5 rounds will bail. And that's what that stuff looks like. And there's not as much rusty shit in it, but it's coming. It's coming on strong, that rust. So we're gonna take her down. It is gonna come down, just not today. I got about 43 acres at the neighbor's place that we cut the other day, that canola mix, weeds, alfalfa, all that bullshit mix stuff. That stuff should bail off tomorrow. I checked it this morning and I figured, we better give the cannolis just a little bit more time. Most of it would go. I figure even the kochia would have went, but the cannolis where the pods are just weren't quite there. So anyway, gonna let you go. We'll probably catch you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, well, CP went home and I decided to stay here and do more cutting. Who knows, if everything goes good, I might get it done here this evening yet. So I know lots of guys cut in the dark, but I hate cutting in the dark with a pull type. If it was an SP unit, then yeah, lights are shining right straight down in front of me. I could see the ground really good, blah, blah, blah. I could position the lights on this tractor a lot better too, but screw it. So there's more to life than working all night. But anyway, yeah, I'll stay out here and I'll cut for a little more, and I can take the machine home, or I can give CP a call and ask her to come pick me up and then come back with the truck and finish it tomorrow morning. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Now guys, we're still cutting. We just got this little corner back here and that little corner up there, because we're basically going to split this here right away. There's the machine. And we got raindrops. See those little black spots on the fenders? Fucking raindrops. I shouldn't say that. That's a bad word. I guess I made it rain. We took about 80 acres of friggin' haymaker oat green feed down. That's what's gonna make it rain. Actually, what's making it rain is the smoke. It caused the humidity to go through the roof because we had that smoky haze, and it caused lots of humidity, and we're gonna get a couple of raindrops here, but I don't think it's gonna rain very friggin' much. It's just gonna kind of piss around a little bit, and that's about it. But they are calling for rain possibly for this weekend now. Anyway, I'm gonna get this done here, and I'll bring you guys back on when we're on our way home later. Alrighty, well there she be. She's all done. So you guys saw the crop, the standing crop. Now I'm gonna admit, this was not fertilized. We were relying on leftover fertilizer from last year to make this crop, and maybe it would be a lot healthier if we had fertilized it. I'm not a big grain guy, so I really don't know. They did have more rain over on this neck of the woods versus at our farm. But with that in mind, back when I first started talking about putting seed in the ground, like a couple years ago, everybody was telling me, you got to get an air seeder if you want a good crop, blah, 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 air seeder, air seeder, air seeder, which meant we had to get a bigger tractor, we had to have more hydraulic power, so on and so forth. And I voted not to do that. I voted to go kind of old school and use old school box drill, box hoe drill, so them versatile 2200s. And lots of people were saying, oh, those are a really good drill. But if you want to get a really good crop, you got to be able to use an air seeder and put your fertilizer down, dual shoot, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, there's benefits to doing that. I'm not going to disagree. But for the acres I do, I didn't see the point in spending thousands of dollars for another tractor and getting another air seeder when I picked up my hoe drills for $500 and Big Blue, who's only 125 engine horsepower, can pull them. Figured, what's wrong with that, right? And then we found a second unit this year, which some of you guys have seen, and the guy sold it to us for, what was it, $850? And I bought it as a parts machine, but his machine is actually in better shape than mine. So we're going to use our old machine as the parts machine for the one we bought. And you guys saw the crop. Now, I could have broadcasted fertilizer in there. I could have worked the fertilizer into the ground like we did at home. You guys have seen the crop that I've got at home, all seeded with the same kind of machine, and it is a no-till machine. Now, I can see where if you got a lot of trash left over from the year before, it would ball up and it would cause us some grief. I'm not going to deny that. But being that we have livestock and majority of our crops in the future would be all cereal style crops, so oats, barley, wheat, might get into some peas. I can seed peas with this pretty easy. But those like canola, flax, yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to seed canola flax with this machine. I have to do a lot of investigating, a lot of learning on the machine. Maybe get some slower drive sprockets. Otherwise, I'd probably be putting way too much down at one time. But for now, this works. That machine works, right? And we're getting just as good a crops as the neighbors out there, or the neighbor out this way with his barley, or the neighbor down the road from me, blah, blah, blah. All them yo-yos. I shouldn't call them yo-yos. There is a couple of yo-yos in this area, but there's a couple of really good freaking farmers in this neck of the woods too. So, anyways, with all that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Give us the old thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Yeah, fun. Let's get her done, right? We'll see what happens tomorrow. Might be bailing. We're getting the odd spitunia still. It wants to spit. So, if the sky opens up and lets loose, she could get nasty. Then again, we might get lucky and it might not do anything. And to be honest with you, if we get an inch of rain, it wouldn't hurt my feelings right now one bit. Talk to y'all later. Well, 8:30, 8:45, getting dark. A little earlier nowadays. Got some raindrops happening, but take a look at this. Now there is some dust on here, but you can see that white crap all over. Duh. Darn camera. Look at that. There. See how it's kind of white all through here? She just does not want to work for me today. Anyway, that white, see that white flake that's on there? That is because we were cutting that oats down in milk stage. That's what it is. It's when you run the oat head through the crimpers, it squashes it out and sprays milk, all that oat milk all over the machine. Anyway, just thought I'd point that out to y'all. Later. Alrighty guys, we have some seriously pissed off bugs, let me tell you. These guys are not happy. We got a wasp nest in our friggin' grain bin wall. Right there. Oh yeah, they're pissed. Just to give you an example of how pissed. Can you hear that? That's them little critters just a buzzing. If you guys can hear it. They're right behind this wall right here. Now what I've used was this stuff right here. Jet foam wasp and hornet killer. For wasps, hornets, yellow jackets. And it's like a one shot. One and done, so to speak. But because they're in the wall and I can't get right to the nest, I may have to hit them a few times. And now she's getting dark. So now's more or less the time to hit them. So we got this stuff. And then as a follow-up, I got this other can. This is just a spray. Wasp and hornet, one shot. And it also works for yellow jackets, wasp, hornets, and bees. This stuff. Anybody want to see me get freaking stung by a goddamn wasp? The little bastards. And it says with this stuff, just saturate the whole area. And it'll work for up to 48 hours. This stuff. So, that's generally what the hell I'm doing, right? As much as I can, anyways. And I may have to get more of this, because that can's basically empty. I know some guys say Raid, but I don't know how good Raid works. So we're gonna give a go with this stuff. Anyway, have a good one, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.